Okay, there's no other way to do this than to just jump right in there. So, hello, friends. We are we are live. Hello, friends, and welcome to my experimental adventure in video blogging and live streaming. This is my first live, if you couldn't tell, and it's more or less a rehearsal as I check out sound and lighting and how to pretty much operate everything. So like me, it'll be a mess. Uh, Tips and advice are welcome. I'm also looking for some good graphics to doll this up, so suggestions there would be great too. So I'm going to be using videos to share things from my life and some of the adventures I go on, both alone and both on my own and with my husband Rich. Everything from the mundane to the magical to the amazing. I have a few ideas of things to share. A lot of it will be our travels. Anyone who's known me knows I love to go to Disney. We also have an RV, so there'll be RV travel and maybe some further adventures to Hawaii and other places as we think of cool places to go. I might do some food and cooking. I'm a little iffy on that. That's kind of overdone a bit. Share some of my knitting projects, maybe some tips and tricks on some of the things I've learned there. Quite possibly thoughts and observations on, current events, pop culture, things around us, because anyone who has known me for more than 5 minutes knows that I have opinions and I kind of like to share them. So maybe some of that. I'm thinking more trying to take a balanced view of things because I see people coming at things from one direction and other people coming at things from the other direction, and they just can't meet in the middle. And I'm like, but if you would just consider this, or if you would just consider that, there may be some common ground. So maybe some things along those lines to take some of the current events of the day and take a different look at them. But so first up will be my trip to Orlando, which is coming up in just a few days. Let's take a look here. One of the things I'm going to be doing is going to the Fanboy Expo being held there in Orlando, and you can see this screenshot here is featuring Ashley Eckstein, who voiced Ahsoka Tano in the Clone Wars, and I'm really excited about that because I love Ahsoka Tano. I've met Ashley once. It was very brief at a product release at Disney Springs back in December, or maybe it was January. I don't know. I get my Disney trips all mixed up a lot. And then I will also be going to Universal Studios and Disney while I'm down there. Um, but Fanboy Expo is the main draw for me. It's a pop culture convention, a lot of celebrities that aren't mainstream, but what's really exciting for me is they're like from TV shows and movies from the 70s and 80s. So, that was my childhood and teen years. And so that's, I know these people, I grew up with them. So it's kind of a really exciting for me there. Um, let's see what else. So Disney and Universal, I'll be walking around the parks doing some videoing. I need more subscribers here on YouTube in order to do live streams on YouTube. So if I do some live streaming, it will be on my Facebook page, maybe a little bit on Instagram. I haven't quite worked all that out. I'm still working through the technical aspects. But I'll be going to some resorts through the parks, maybe some restaurant reviews. I'm planning to go to a couple new places. If there's any place that you'd like to see, just leave me a comment or come up in the live chat and let me know what you'd see. I'll be happy to run over there with my camera and take some video and give some thoughts. Let's see. And, well, Food and Wine Festival has started at Epcot. Really, really excited about that. Um, and I'll be doing some videos and live streaming from there as well. Then I'll come home for about a week, and then we're going to pack up our camper to take it down to Fort Wilderness. There's our camper there. We bought it a year ago, and we've been to Disney World with it several times, and a couple other places, and we're going back to Fort Wilderness at Disney. One of our favorite places to camp. One of my favorite places to camp. Rich is all about, there are other places to go camping, you know, and I'm like, really? We'll be exploring more of those as time goes by. But on that trip, I'll be doing some more along the lines of what Disney is like for a couple who is there without any children. Some different ways to enjoy Disney for adults. Going through and then going to the Food and Wine again together this time. One of the things we're really excited about is, there's our camping spot from last time, is the Epcot Space 220 restaurant is supposed to finally open, and it should be opening up while we're there. With any luck in the world, we'll get reservations and be able to eat there. It's a really cool looking place, and I'm real excited about that. And while we're there, they're also doing previews for annual pass holders on the new ride at Epcot, the Remy's Ratatouille Adventure. And I got us a couple of spots there, so maybe do some video from the ride. Who knows? I don't know. And I'm hoping that the associated restaurant, the Crêperie de Paris, will open up so that we can give that a try too. Let's see. And of course, it's Halloween time, even though it's September. Universal will have their Halloween Haunted Nights. We've already got our tickets. We'll probably go a couple of times. It runs into the wee hours of midnight, 1 o'clock, and we're not exactly spring chickens, so we duck out about 10 or 11. So we're going to go more than one night and kind of take a more leisurely pace to it. And we may also get over to SeaWorld for their Howl-O-Scream. We have tickets left over from last year to SeaWorld, so we may add on this. Anyway, so our travel adventures will then continue in late October. We're just kind of going nonstop this year. In late October, we're going to finally get to take a trip. We go every other year to Hawaii, where we have a timeshare on Maui. And I'm also leveraging hotel points and credit card points to make this a really fabulous adventure. We're going to visit all 4 of the major Hawaiian islands, starting off on Oahu at the Royal Hawaiian, then over for a week on the Big Island of Hawaii, then to our timeshare on Kauai at the Sheraton Kauai, and finally a week in Maui at our timeshare there, and wrapping up the whole thing in 3 nights before we fly back home in the Moana Surf Rider. The name just escaped me. Back on Oahu. So that will wrap it all up. There's a picture from our recent trip showing the gorgeous view we had from our room. Hope we luck out and get great views next time. And what's really exciting about all this is we're doing this on the cheap. We are using, like I said, hotel points and credit card points to pay for most of the hotels. Then our 2 timeshare weeks. And I'm even paying for first class flights again, both ways, round trip, first class, using entirely credit card points. So that's one of the things I'm going to be showing, is how to leverage credit cards to get free travel. And I do mean this is going to be free. We did it last time on Airline Miles. This is from about 2.5 years ago, April of 2019. And it was just the best thing to fly first class. So, in addition to all of these ideas, um, what else would you all like to see on a channel um, here? Any topics you'd like covered? I can talk about nerdy stuff like Star Wars and Marvel and some of the information in the news about them and upcoming attractions, anything you're excited about. Um, I don't know. I may have guests on. I mean, you can come on with me and talk. We can talk about whatever topic you'd like. Um, and if you have any tips or tricks, anything that I could do better here, I know I'm working on the lighting, getting those ring lights that the girls use for their selfies on Instagram and stuff reflect really badly in the glasses. I'm trying to work through that. How is the sound? I'm not going to be putting this through any editing. This is just live off the stream. I've kind of been working through some issues with syncing the sound and video isn't exactly synced up. So anybody with any kind of hints, tips, tricks of how to make graphics, I would be more than happy to entertain anything and everything that you might throw at me. But in the meantime, that's it. This is my debut. I'm nervous as can be, as you could probably tell here. Lots of ums. I'm working on that and speaking a little bit more clearly and keeping focus and not going off on tangents. I do have one topic that I'm going to try to cover before I set off on my trip. A weird thing happened to me on Facebook, and I'm going to cover that and some related information that kind of goes along with that. So that's pretty much all I've got for now. Thanks for tuning in. Be sure to give my channel a subscribe, hit the bell to be notified of any new content that comes out, and we'll see you next time. Bye, y'all.